Well, here's something else that's super. Did you know that the United States is now the world's top gas and oil producer? And according to the latest statistics from the U.S. Department of Energy and the International Energy Agency, we produce the equivalent of about 22 million barrels a day of oil, natural gas, and related fuels as of July of last year, while Russia produced just shy of that, about 21.8 million barrels a day. And something that President Obama highlighted during his State of the Union speech, focusing on shifting our country from foreign oil to American sources.
I'll cut red tape to help states get those factories built and put folks to work. And this Congress can help by putting people to work building fueling stations that shift more cars and trucks from foreign oil to American natural gas.
So can we really tell the era of oil shakes? Bye. Bye-bye. Republican Congressman Tim Murphy on the House Energy Committee joins us from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Congressman, your state is heavily involved, for example, in fracking. That's one source. Do you see the day when we can actually be energy independent?
I really think we can. You look at what's happened with natural gas. We're in the midst of the Marcellus Shale here in Pittsburgh. A huge boom going on. And you look at basically what the cost has been to consumers of natural gas has come down in the last few years by half. That's a huge part. But really the all-of-the-above energy policy, which the President talks about, and we hope he really means, really needs to be involve a portfolio of oil, natural gas, clean coal, wind, solar, and other renewables. You have to put them all together. And if we're able to do that, we will be a country that can indeed tell OPEC we're tired of spending. We'll spend about $4 trillion overall, the cost of the wars in Afghanistan and Iraq, protecting oil fields out there. We no longer have to be at the mercy of OPEC dangling threats in front of us, using their money to fund terrorism and other issues around the world. It will be a very, very important day to have American energy freedom.
We're looking at Keystone, a video of Keystone Pipeline, which has not been completely approved, obviously, and that's being discussed right now. You mentioned something very important, though, Congressman, about OPEC and about the result, the geopolitical result of us getting off mainlining this Mideast oil. What does it mean politically for our country and foreign affairs? The president is going to Saudi Arabia supposedly next month to meet with the rulers there. What will it mean when we're finally off Mideast oil?
Well, what it means is they no longer can threaten us. It also means we can help our friends and allies around the world who may also be subject to OPEC threats. The EU would love to have oil from the United States instead of being threatened by Gazprom in Russia and by OPEC. And it's very important that Iran sells lots of oil to China, so be it. But imagine if we could do more of the same. Now, that's a lot of money coming to the United States. Our trade deficit with OPEC in the last 10 years tops $1 trillion. And when you look at what we have as well with our own oil off our coast, estimates are $2.5 to $3.7 trillion in today's money that is out there if we developed our own. That is a huge boom of America's purchasing power around the world as well, and that's where U.S. Really raises from where it is now to a much better place in geopolitical issues with the economy.
You're on the Energy Commission. Committee, how did this all happen? There's a string of gas stations in your state, in Pennsylvania, Quick Fill, United Refining. It's unbelievable. They are proud they only sell crude from North American sources, from the U.S. or from Canada. They boast that. They put that in their advertising. They use no Mideast oil. How did we finally get to a place where this, in our lifetime, in the next few years certainly, is possible?
Well, it really is the American consumer and American companies that have done that. I really can't think of policies that have come out of the White House. After all, they still have a moratorium on drilling in the Atlantic, the Gulf, the Pacific, and about 96% of what has happened here has really been in private lands, not through policies the White House has put forward. And also look at what's happening with what has been uncovered. We're exploring this. I've sent a letter to request records from the EPA about them being in cahoots with environmental groups to try and block the Keystone Pipeline, to block coal-fired power plants, which continues to put us in a precarious position. I want to make sure we're generating our own power, our own geothermal, our own chemicals, our own exports out of American industries, and that is what the American consumers like too. One of the nice things about pulling up to a gas station that's North American oil, no soldier had to shed blood to protect those oil fields, and that's really important to Americans.
That is a fantastic testament to being energy independent. Congressman Tim Murphy of Pennsylvania, thank you, and thank you for your insight today.
Thank you. Have a great day, Eric. Enjoy the game.
You too, absolutely.